How's it going, everybody? Insert SG back again with another Buddyfight video. Alright, so today it is the 14th of July 2017. Buddyfight has a new trial deck, X-TD02. The first one being the Darkness Dragon World one, but in front of us we have probably one of my absolute favorite Buddyfight trial decks, the Ruler of Havoc, which features none other than the new flag, the Chaos. Alright, so a little bit of overview for the Chaos. Basically, it's a flag that allows you to play cards up to the size 99. That's right, you heard me right, 99. So now, this must mean that there's a very big monster out in play. Yes, and that guy is Gear God 7. He himself is a size 30 card, 30. So now, not much to be said. In front we have, of course, Gear God 7 and all of his magnificent display with the one eye and four arms kind of build. New flag, update your Buddyfight with the Chaos. Of course, by Bushiroad, Buddyfight English X-TD02 includes 52 cards, a 50 card structured deck with one flag and one extra buddy card, which in this case will be the foil Gear God 7. And of course, over here we have Wisdom. Wisdom is the guy, the man that runs the Chaos Control Company, which is also the manufacturer of Gear God 7. Of course, over here we have the logo for Ruler of Havoc and Buddyfight X. And over here we have one of the monsters over here, which is, I think his name was Chaos Delis Hilo. And over here you can see a very sort of description for a very, I have no idea how to say this, but a deck list basically, all the cards in the set. And if you remember the start deck reviews for Athora and Buds, they had the ratings here, but since this is Wisdom's deck and Chaos Company is like so secretive about their operations, especially on Chaos, they have no data at all. A revolutionary deck for advanced buddy fighters, which is me myself. Of course, you guys can go pick it up as well. It's a really simple deck to play. It's a very beat down deck. I will recommend it to any players that are starting out the game as well. Really amazing. So rule the field with the terrorizing powers of Gear God 7. So nothing below. Here we have another Chaos monster. So Ruler of Havoc once again. So let's get this opening started. So box aside, again we have a size 30 Gear God 7. Of course, you get one foil, which is the buddy. And we have a very nice life counter over here. Okay, so let's just open this up, yeah. Oops. Okay, so leave that aside for now. So of course we have a life counter that goes up to 24. So you can just just switch it around. And yeah, I really dig the new artwork. This is actually quite nice. I'm gonna be a Chaos player myself, so I'm gonna hold on to this. And of course Buddyfight X life counter behind. So really good artwork there. And we get a standard Buddyfight playmat, so like nothing much to go through. And of course my buddy sheet. So this is something like the introduction sheet for some of the cards. Like over here we have some features for the Demon Lord Dragon Tempest, and yeah, nothing much actually. Alright, so this is what everybody is here for, the trial deck, the actual trial deck for the Chaos. Okay, so this plastic thing which I really like again. So of course we have the manufactured Chaos, the manufactured Havoc, Gear God 7, and we get one foil, but don't worry, there will be more copies later. So that's one foil. And the one who comes from Havoc, okay, so this is the main draw spell for Chaos. Of course, Chaos being such an awesome flag, you must have some form of restriction. So you start off with 10 life. Hold on, let me find the flag. Alright, so you start off with 10 life, you may use Chaos cards. Your initial hand becomes 4. So this is very similar to Dragon's Way. And your initial gauge becomes 2 and your life becomes 10. But you may put monsters up to a total of size 99 on your field, and all size 30 or greater monsters on your field cannot be destroyed, and their abilities cannot be nullified by effects. So amazing flag right here. And this is the draw spell that will make all the magic happen. And of course we got one foil version of the Impact, the Forced Global Shutdown. A cost of 2 gauge, and you may only cast this card if your opponent has 5 life or less. You deal damage to your opponent equal to the total critical of your monsters in your center. So you might be wondering, Keith, at most I thought the monster only can reach like what, 4-5 crit? But don't worry, because Gear God 7 features the new amazing ability called Chaos Territory. If this card is on your center, you may put 2 monsters on your center, including this card. So that's why you have like 2 maybe with Chaos Brute, which is a 4 crit based monster. For 2 gauge, you're dealing 6 damage to your opponents for 1 impact card. Really amazing. So again, you get 4 more copies of non-foil Gear God 7. So that's 5 copies in total. And next, of course, this is Chaos High-Low. So a Dungeon Enemy, Demon Lord, and Chaos, of course, marked by the card over here. And it's a 8/8 effect, 8/8 stat, pay 2 gauge, and double attack. Really simple card right there. And next we have our penetrator of the deck, 7/3/4, size 3, Chaos Meganama. So it's a Asgard and Chaos. So you get 4 copies of this, really simple, just like penetrate card. Alright. Next we have a lot of Legend World cards actually. So I'm thinking that Wisdom actually uses Legend World himself. So next we have 4 copies of Chaos Jabberwocky. It's a Fairy Chaos. Counter. Put this card from your left or right into your center, which will trigger more effects later on. And it's a size 3 with 6/6 stat. For no cost, it's actually quite tanky and the effect is really good in my opinion. If you're a budget player, of course. And next we have 4 copies of Chaos Esculapius. Who knows? But there was a spell in Legend World called Elixir Escalapia. I believe it's from him because there's a snake and all. It's a 6/6 effect stat, sorry. But when this card enters your field, you gain life equal to the number of cards you have in your center. So just by calling this guy, you can gain 2 life. Not that great, but in my opinion, it's a great card for all starter players. So that's 4 copies of Chaos Escalapius. Next, we have 4 copies of Chaos Garleon. Garleon is definitely one of my favorite cards in this deck because when this card enters your field on your left or right, if you have a monster in your center, destroy a monster on your opponent's field. It's a 6/5 card, a size 3, Dual Dragon Chaos, no cost, just call and bomb. Amazing. So you can get your Soul Guard, you can get your opponent's Soul Guard off, and you can just penetrate for more damage while clearing the center. Okay, so next size 3 we have a Katana World card, Chaos Seiki Tetsu. Again, it's a Ninja Chaos card, of course Chaos marked by this, I say that again. When this card enters your field, you may discard a card from your hand. If you do, put the top card of your deck into your gauge and draw a card. So you get 4 copies of this guy. Amazing card. I can't emphasize on how good these Chaos cards are. And of course, Chaos Gorgas. So it's a size 3 Wizard Chaos, 4/5 stat. Not the best, but his effect actually makes up for it. So choose a Chaos monster other than Chaos Gorgas in your drop zone, and you may pay 1 gauge and rest this card, like Gorgas himself. And if you do, put the chosen card in your hand. So if you do not have like a Gear God 7 in your hand, right, you can definitely use Gorgas to fetch him out from your drop zone if he's in there, and you get 4 copies in the deck. So yeah. And next we are moving on to spells. We have 2 Katana World spells called Electron Disorder. So it's a charge recovery chaos attribute card. You gain 1 life and then put the number of cards on the top of the deck into your gauge equal to the number of monsters you have on your field. So if you have a full field which is 4 cards, this acts like a hyper energy, no cost. And it's not even once per turn, plus you gain a life. Really good spell card right there. And we have 1 more copy of non-foil, the one who comes out from Havoc. So you may only cast this card if you have 2 or more chaos on your field. Cast cost of pay 1 gauge, you may draw 2 cards. You may only cast 1 who comes from Havoc once per turn. Such a great spell, of course only once per turn, otherwise you will be drawing like mad. Now moving on to more legend spells. 2 copies of Chaos Corrosion. So you may only cast this card if you have 3 or more size 3 or greater monsters on your field, including Gear God 7, which is a size 30, definitely greater than size 3. For this turn, all monsters on your field get critical +1. So if you are aiming for a final turn push, you can definitely cast this card because it's not once per turn and all the cards gain 1 critical. Wow. Now I'm just really excited that this Chaos deck is out because I've been waiting for this really since it was like shown. And next we have 4 copies of Chaos Energy. Choose a Chaos on your monster for in battle, and for this battle give it +3000 attack and defense, so and counter attack. So this is like a defensive spell for you. Now we have 4 Darkness Dragon World spells. Chaos Defensor. Wow, this I didn't know this one existed, but you may only cast this card during an attack on your opponent's turn, and if you have a size 3 or greater monster on your center. So you nullify the attack. That's it. It's a counter spell that allows you to nullify. So it's like Black Dragon Shield-ish. Now moving on to weapons, we have 2 Chaos Ejector. So equip cost of pay 1 gauge and pay 1 life. You're a 2k and 2 crit attacker. So this card can attack even if there's a monster on your center. Of course, Gear God 7, a huge monster, but you get to fight alongside him. And this card gets power +2000 for each monster in your center. So if you have a full center, this card can hit 6000. You can really break some walls down with this card. But the weapon that I will play a lot more is Chaos Absorber. So equip cost of pay 1 gauge, a 2k attack and 1 critical. You may rest this card. If you do, put the top card of your deck into your gauge. So this acts similarly to Gimia Star from Legend World. And counter, put this card from my field into your drop zone. For this turn, notify all penetrate of cards on your opponent's field. So Chaos being a very center based deck, right? The most terrifying thing for a center based deck would definitely be penetrate, because you're ruining your formation as well as taking damage. So Chaos Absorber is definitely the weapon to run in your sideboard or mainboard if you would. Plus it's a counter effect, so you can really, okay, opponent declare battle phase, retire him, because it's only a cost of 1 gauge and you gain back the gauge upon equipping it. So yeah, and we have one more copy of Force Global Shutdown, and of course the Chaos Flag. Just look at how awesome. This is the non-foil version, guys, and it looks sick. If you buy the sleeves for Chaos, right, you have a Japanese version of the Chaos Flag, sorry about that, and the back is actually similar to the Mirage card from the anime, which is purple on the inside and a gold border. So you guys can certainly go pick it up. It's a really amazing collection piece. And yeah, that is it for this video, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. And hopefully I'll be able to do a deck review really soon, because everybody's looking for Chaos cards now. And if you haven't liked our Facebook page, I'll leave a link to that in the description below. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.